Alright, what's good YouTube? It's your favorite guru from Timu. And y'all boys gonna find out. And I came to talk to y'all boys, not to sell you no course, not to like manipulate you or anything. I came to tell you how to lock in with this trading stuff. Cause a lot of y'all boys are pretty young. You feel me? I know most of my audience is teenagers because I'm a teenager. What grown man is gonna be watching me? You feel me? Real talk. But yeah though, man, I know a lot of y'all are young. Y'all want to start trading. You want to start actually making money with trading. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be a light, show y'all that y'all can actually do it. Here go payout on the screen. Here multiple accounts if I remember to if I remember to edit all that. Here go multiple past accounts and stuff like that. It's all in your head. Right, of course I'm gonna be showing y'all my strategy and stuff like that at the end. I'm gonna be giving y'all tips on how I take trades towards the end of this vid, so y'all can go skip towards that and go watch that if y'all want to. But I will recommend you watch the entire video, because mainly it doesn't matter what setup you use, it doesn't matter how good of a trader you are. What it comes down to is your psychology at the end of the day. And most even retail traders, people that's been in the industry for 10 to 30 plus years will all say the same thing. It's not the strategy, it's your mindset. And I'm going to be going over that, all of that today, and how to make you a better trader. My bad. I don't know if this video is going to be short. I don't know if it's going to be long. So if it's long, my bad. If it's short, you didn't even know. Realize, like, let's start off with day one. You feel me? How I actually started to get locked in. Right, first off, I had to silence the noise. Okay, it was a lot of stuff just going on, not even just bad things. I'll let the little minuscule things mess with my mind and stuff like that, throw me off with trade, all of that different type of stuff. And I had to silence all of that. I was staying up late on the game every day. This thing right here was selling my freaking, I didn't even realize it. Like, I didn't realize it, but up on the game all night with my friends, we just talking, playing all night, not really, just not doing a lot, not putting in enough effort with trading. You get what I'm saying? And I had to realize I had to cut some friends off. So that was part of the noise. Cut some friends off, slow down on playing the game, and actually put my head down and actually work. So I had to cancel out everybody else and focus on me. If it's a relationship that was like, even now, I'm so to the point now that if I'm in a relationship with a shorty or whatever, and it's just not like helping or benefiting me, not saying like I'm just using her or anything. Don't get the wrong idea. Don't just go in relationships using them. But if they just stressing you out, or if you have to put in more effort just to see them and all that, like, I'm not finna be doing it. I don't have time to do that. You feel me? I'm trying to get rich by 21. You feel me? I'm trying to be a millionaire by 21, and that is my main goal. And so I'm not finna be putting in more effort and bringing in noise into my life with that same effort I'm putting into you, or putting into the game, or going out with my friends partying and stuff like that. I could be set down somewhere, locked in with this trading stuff. And the next thing we're gonna talk about is making a routine. Once I silenced the noise, I cut everybody out, I made a routine. Right, what I mean by the routine, everybody knows. Oh yeah, you see these gurus telling you, oh yeah, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, do this, da 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 da. Yeah, a lot of y'all probably have tried that. I have tried it. Like, even when I was younger, I was taking cold showers and stuff like that, trying to copy what they were doing, because I felt like if I did what they do, I would be rich, which to a certain degree is true. Now, what I mean by that though, by making a routine, what I did instead, if I had seen that I was up on the game and the game was just controlling me, let's say the game is controlling, no, let's say a girl is controlling me, because like for men and even women, like just say a relationship, even women, men and girls control each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, another person is way more, they can control you a lot more than the game will. Like, once you get somebody that you truly mess with, or you truly love, or whatever it is, you're gonna want to be spending time with them at all times, right? So they can take you away from your actual goal and your actual journey, and that all that energy can be put on them, and people will suck that energy out of you. So how you stay on track is by creating a routine. You feel me? So what I did every morning. I read my Bible, wake up, read the Bible. If I really don't like to read, like, you know what I'm saying, like actually read. So what I do instead is just let it play in my ear. I just lay down in bed, meditate, whatever I need to do, pray, all of that different type of thing before I start the day. Some days I'll wake up and I'll go on a run, but I didn't fully, you know, like it wasn't I went on a run every single day, but some days is as soon as I wake up, some days it's after I got done trading. It just depending on how my schedule went. So yeah, I'll wake up, I go run, or I get on the charts depending on what time I woke up that morning, after I got done praying, stuff like that. So that time, like from like 6 a.m 7 a.m till like 9ish, 9 to 10ish, I'd be on the charts, like prayed on the charts, and probably went for a run. Then after that, of course, I record my YouTube video if I'm trading for the day. The main thing that I had to take away too was to stay away from my freaking bed. I had to stay away from my bed, because if I lay down in my bed, I didn't want to do anything. You feel me? So that's why it's best to go ahead, get up, make your bed, and get done what you need to get done for the day. Then lay back down when you get everything finished. But yeah, after I got done with my recording the TikToks for my trades and stuff like that, I record TikToks, YouTube vids, all of that different type of stuff. Then I hit the gym. Right, I go hit the gym, lift the gyms every day, and I did this consistently. You feel me? For 2 to 3 months straight, and I'm telling you, that's how in 2 to 3 months I changed my life. All thanks to God, of course. All thanks to God. But yeah, 2 to 3 months I changed my life. Just by waking up and setting a set routine. I didn't follow this routine every day. Don't get me, I ain't gonna lie. For those 2 to 3 months, I followed that every single day. But now I've been slacking. I'm just keep a buck, and we're human. I'm gonna get back on it, I promise. But back then I was on it. No rest days, no nothing. I just put my head down, went. It didn't get easier. I'm gonna be honest. But what did get easier is me just getting up and going to do it. Like the tasks, they didn't get easier. You feel me? The running, it didn't feel better just to run. Some days it felt better, but most of the time I ain't want to run. You feel me? Most of the time I didn't want to get up, go to the gym. Most of the time I didn't want to record, edit videos. I couldn't even think of video ideas every single day. You feel me? But when it got done, that's when it felt good. You feel me? When everything got done, when I seen the views coming in, when I seen the progression in the gym coming in, when I started seeing everything, my progress coming in, that's when it felt good. You feel me? And that's what we really working for. Of course, everybody that's on the outside sees the progression, but nobody sees the actual work. Now, y'all probably like, why you aren't talking about trading, right? Why did you go into a routine and all the different type of stuff? And it's because trading, you have to better your life outside in order to become a better trader. Because if I didn't discipline myself on the outside of my trading, I would have never been disciplined in the charts. You feel me? I would have never been able to sit down and watch my trade play. I would have never been able to sit down and wait for my trade setup. I would have never been able to just walk away from the market after I took an L. You feel me? And that's how you build discipline, by building it on the outside of your world. Everything that you do is like a muscle, right? So every emotion you work on, if you always angry and you've been angry for the longest, that's your strongest emotion. That's because you've been building that emotion for the longest. Now that emotion towers over all the other ones. So in order for you to weaken that emotion, what you do to lose your progression, you stop working out that emotion. Stop working out. If you are having bad habits on trading, stop working out those bad habits. If you just going in the market and you trade with emotions, you trade because you trade with FOMO, fear of missing out, you start doing stuff like that, stop doing that. Work out discipline. You feel me? So what you go in to do, you start working out, okay, today, all right, today I'm going to take one trade, and this one trade is going to follow my setup. Boom, cool. Take that trade, win the L, get off. You just worked out a good habit right there. Second day, do it again. Do this again over and over again for a week. Next week, okay, I'm gonna try to take 2 trades now, only following my rules, right? Boom, follow your setup twice, get out the charts, win the L, walk off, right? And you just keep adding good habits into your trading. That's how you stay disciplined, and that's where that routine goes in. The routine goes back inside of the trading as well. I created the trading setup, which we're gonna talk about my setup later on in the video, but yeah, I had to create a routine in order for me to become a better trader. Also, like, just spending time off of the charts as well, not actually being inside of the charts every single day, or not actually feeling like I needed to trade. Because a lot of people that's new to trading feel like they need to trade, right? You don't need to trade, gang. You don't need to trade. I don't know why we feel like we have to chase the P&L, because it's so quick money. It's like gambling. I'm gonna keep it a buck. When you just in the charts like that every single day, you feel like you can make money in an instant, which you can, but you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be doing that. So yeah. But with actual trading, let me grab some water. Hold on. But with actual trading, and when it comes down to being a better trader overall, like I said, it's these main things that you have to practice. Stand and waiting for your setup, not getting too emotional, and knowing how to take an L. When you take an L, size down, right? You don't just keep going and chasing that what's the name. Take an L, get off for the day. You can come back a few hours later, see a good trade setup, make your money back. But don't trade with emotions, because once you get in your head, and what I realized, because when I first started trading, a lot of people were talking about don't revenge trade, don't revenge trade, don't revenge trade. And I used to think revenge trading was like, in your head, I'm like, I got to get my money back. Nah, man. Revenge trading be like so subtle. Like, okay, I can make this money back right here. It'd be so subtle inside of your head, you're not even realizing it, that you revenge trading, right? So you got to be mindful of that. Once you take an L, walk away. You feel me? So yeah, with trading, man, it's very simple. I promise you. Don't make it as hard as it seems, bro. Don't make it as hard as it seems. People make trading like this, especially Instagram gurus and stuff like that. They make trading seem like this, like, I don't know, like this forbidden method, like this unhidden rule, like you gotta read a scroll just to. It's not that simple. It's not that hard. I promise you, it's not that hard. It's not that simple either. Don't get me wrong, especially with the psychology part. But trading overall, like the actual trade, it ain't that hard. You feel me? The hardest thing you're gonna do is to beat yourself. That's it. Well, like, you're gonna have to become a new person. Beat yourself. But yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got for the psychology part. I'm trying to change up the style. I'm trying to post more on here, but that don't matter. Let's get into the actual charts. See y'all boys in a second. Alrighty, boys, let's go ahead and get on to the chart. I'm going to be breaking down my routine and what I look for inside of the chart for y'all boys today. Very simple. I was just talking to a student not too long ago. This isn't promo for this, right? Doing all this for free for y'all boys. But I want to go over what you can do as a trader and how you can actually lock in. And the first thing I was telling y'all about is making a routine or making a setup. So what I look for when I first come onto the chart. Oh, where did that go? Okay. My setup. Let's make this black. Yeah, let's make that black. Okay, my setup. First thing I do, find bias, right? So I don't want to trade unless I understand what we are doing for today, right? So if I don't know where we could be headed, right? And of course, looking at the chart right now is hindsight, but I was able to call out, and I'm able to call out consistently in my server trades, tell people, okay, this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm doing it, right? So even looking at this, if the charts were back in time, which I did take a buy trade down here and call buys, but just looking at this is I could tell they were bullish, right? Of course, looking at it now, we can see that we're bullish, but even back down here, right, we can see that we're building up higher price action, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. That tells me that, okay, more than likely, I should be looking for buys, right? I should be looking for buys. So my bias for this buy, let me show y'all this buy trade that I took. I didn't catch this, but I ended up catching these down here. Oh, caught that so y'all boys can see it. If I have a screenshot, I will show y'all boys, but I don't know if I have a screenshot or not. 15 point stop, so really below that low. That's 25 points. It'd be 10. It'd be at 10. Yep. Boom. That'll be the trade. I didn't actually go for that much. I went for like something like that. Boom, bam. That was the trade that I took. Now I'm explain that how. Where did the thing go? Or I was telling my bias. Oh, there we go. Okay, so find bias. How I do that? Identifying if we're creating higher highs or not. If we're holding bullish price action. So if I go to the day time frame, okay, I seen that we closed on the previous day right here. We closed above this high. More than likely, we're going to take the next high up here, and we're going to probably continue up bullish. I can see that we're bullish for the day. Boom, we're printing out a 4-hour fair value gap right here. See this 4-hour fair value gap. We holding in this bullish candlestick right here, and we're holding these lows, right? We're not breaking below any of these lows, and then of course we end up pushing up, and that's what we call this trade. But we're not pushing below any of these lows. We actually come through and sweep this low right here, right? Sweep this low. This bullish price action is being held. Liquidity gets swept. What do we end up doing? End up breaking structure right here and printing out more bullish price action. Okay, I'm definitely bullish for today. That's just how I find my bias, okay? Now, next thing I do, I find key levels, right? Find key levels, right? Now, I got multiple ways of finding key levels. Most people, you can think of it like support and resistance. I look at areas like this where we have previous balance at, like where we chop. These, we tend to come back to these areas, and I can show y'all more examples. Where's another example? Right here, for example, we end up, when we sold off, we end up coming back to this area. You can see we came to this area multiple times and reacted to it, right? Chopped right here. We just was really chopping in this area, chopped right here, and we came. So I look for key levels like this. These would be my key levels. I'd be looking for anywhere to see its breakout or anything like that to take sales or buys out of, right? When we eventually did break out of this level down here, we did end up pushing up, right? Of course, I look for fair value gaps as well. You can also look for previous day lows. So in previous day highs, like up here this was a nice key level. Usually previous day highs and lows, those are good key levels. Other good levels would be session lows and highs. So this is New York PM session. This is New York PM session low right there. As you can see, we bounced off of this. When we came here, we bounced off of it, came back, bounced off of it again, came back, swept it, and bounced back off of it again, and rose up that time. This was a SMT, so we're not going to use that. We also use day highs as well over here. You feel me? We came through, bounced off, but went it again, used it again. This high right here came, bounced off it right here, went back up. You know, so session highs and lows. I also trade order flow, but that's for another video. I want to make a separate video on order flow, so I'm not going to really go over that for today. But yeah, I found my key levels and where we can mainly reverse it. Also, you can also be using volume. You can use the volume to find key levels too. The fixed anchor tool over here, this is where the fixed range volume profile. I just drag it from the overnight session, from like Asia session to London session, and this will tell me where the most volume is at. And boom, as you can see, this gives us our volume profile right there. Same thing over here. We see that we got this Asia session to London session, give us our volume profile right here. You feel me? And New York session usually travels back to it. Same thing again. Asia session to London session. As you can see, we traveled to this one multiple times and get sales. Could have caught sales right here to the almost to the tick right here. Called it right there. This one, I think this was a trend day, and this was New York. I mean, this was opening. Yeah, we didn't really travel back to it. We actually bounced off of it and then broke through it, but we didn't come back to it at all. I mean, right here, nah, we didn't really come back to it. We just used this as support. we end up using this level of support. But y'all can see what I mean though. It's so on. So I got multiple things that I use. Like, so just making a video, I had to make it separate videos. I put them in my server, but in here, like for my students, but in here I had to make like multiple videos over and over again just to break those down. But yeah, once I found my key levels, I found my bias and I found my key levels, I wait for my key levels to be hit. Where is my, I deleted it. I deleted the, what's it called? Setup. Bias. 1 is bias. 2 is key levels. And then 3, we're just gonna say power 3 because I'm gonna go over that right quick. Then we want to watch the power 3 workout. And then this is my setup, right? This is what I want to see, right? So I found my key levels, and then once my key levels get hit, I want to see power 3, right? And y'all know power 3. Y'all heard me talk about it multiple times. Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution, right? So we got manipulation. This would be manipulation. That'll be, why is this color? That is disgusting. Oh, okay, I see it. I don't know. I just don't like this blue color. My bad. But yeah. Boom. And we make it dotted line. Dash. Boom. Okay, boom. My bad. It's just a pet peeve of mine. But yeah. Yeah, so we got the sweep of liquidity, and then we distribute right through here, right? Now, this would be my key level. This would be a key level, so this could be a session low. This can be a extreme of volume profile or whatever, but we just know, we can see that we have been supporting off of this level, right? And what we also know, how we also can tell is if we're going in the uptrend, right? So if we're going in the uptrend, this is where the power 3 mostly shines. Not in the uptrend, but if we're following the trend. So you can see we're following the trend, going up, going down, and then we come through, sweep liquidity right here and push up, right? So this would be the power 3: accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution, taking us up to those highs for a nice 2-to-1 trade just like that. You feel me? So yeah, that's my power 3. So I'm going to show y'all that on a chart with this new trade we just caught, because it's like textbook. You feel me? Now here, right, we have liquidity resting down here at these lows. So this would be my sweep, which I would have rather, to be honest. This doesn't do its justice. What really does give me the manipulation right here is this area. This will be our manipulation right here, and then this would be our pullback for the distribution, and this would be a better trade. So right down here, this would be my manipulation instead. We manipulate it, and then this to be my distribution. But I didn't catch these trades down here, right? I actually had this level marked out, 662, and I can show y'all that right here. It's on the side, right here. Yeah, y'all should be able to see it's right up under my head. 662 was marked out, but this was during London session, so I was knocked out. I was knocked out. So I didn't see this, but as you can see, this level, this key level, would have played, like, gave me like 8 points in the drawdown. I would have went down 8 points in the drawdown and literally just ran, and I could have held to previous day high just like that, but I was asleep. But yeah, this would have been more of a like my textbook right here, but this next trade is pretty good as well. So we sweep liquidity down here. This is where we're accumulating. We see we're accumulating right here, especially right here, accumulating. Then we break through right here, and what do we manipulate into? A 15-minute order block, a rejection area, whatever you want to call it. And you can see we come into the consequent encroachment of this order block. Perfect. So what does this tell me as well here? We're still holding bullish price action. The only reason we go down here is to go up higher. We have to go lower in order to go higher. So the only reason we go down here is to go up higher, right? This is a fake out, grabbing liquidity down here. We sweep out this liquidity, take this out, and then we push back up higher, right? So once we break through this area and we come back into this area with speed, you can enter in right here. That'd be, or you could have entered in like somewhere like right here. That could have been considered a break of structure, whatever you would have, like however you enter, and then take up like that. This could have been your trade, or you could have had something like that. It don't matter. You feel me? It still would have played out perfectly like that. You feel me? Some simple like that, you know. But yeah, I look for, you can see we're accumulating, we manipulate, distribute to the higher side, right? Now I draw this out so y'all can see it. Accumulation. Oh snap. Well, I don't want to do that. We got accumulation in this area, right? Accumulating. We manipulate down here and we get this V shape. We definitely want to see a V shape if we're going to reverse. We get this V shape and then we push up higher. Now, for confluences that I would like to see, I'm pretty sure we put in the SMT here. I believe we put in an SMT here. I don't know, but I would like to see a SMT. I would like to see a SMT here. All right, so we can mark this area out. Boom, bam, SMT. I like to see an SMT through this level right here. Just like to see SMTs. What else would I like to see? Us manipulating into a order block or fair value gap. That is preference. It doesn't have to always manipulate. It has to be sweeping some type of liquidity though. So we do end up sweeping liquidity right here, which is perfect. You feel me? So this would be sell side liquidity. We do end up sweeping through sell side liquidity right there, putting in the SMT, and then we push up higher, right? This is perfect, right? This is what I would like to see. And then we start leaving bullish price action while we go up to the upside, right? Now, y'all boys know my favorite tool, standard deviation. Now, standard deviation here was a little weird because I usually drag it all the way up here, but I knew we weren't going to retrace down this low, you feel me? And plus, we just chopped in this area, right? So up here didn't really make, like, this area was blank to me in my head. I really focused on this area, and as you can see, this would have gave you a nice little range to find reversals at, right? You could drag it from like that, and it would have bottom ticked it right there as well. I don't think I used standard deviation to find this level, but you can see it lined up perfectly. Down here, for example, drag this to up there. You can see standard deviation lined up perfectly to the top up here. Then we begin to fall up there as well. So standard deviation is something that I like to use as well for another confluence. But yeah, main things, manipulation, sweeps, SMTs, and order blocks and fair value gaps. That is what I like to see. But that is my trade. First, I find my bias. Then I get my key levels after I find my bias. So places I would most likely see us pulling back to. And then once I enter, I like to see the power 3 before I enter a trade. So see us manipulate into some areas, sweep a low or something like that, and then I can be looking for a trade. Because that way I know more than likely we're going to continue up to the upside. And y'all can, if y'all see this, like, I hope we don't just push up and make another gap again right here, bro. This is a week. You feel me? This last week, and these are all 7 days, right? So imagine we gap back up and do the same thing. But yeah, though, that's how I trade. That's how I find my trades and stuff like that. And that's how I locked in by setting myself. Hope y'all boys could take something from this. God loves y'all boys, though. Catch y'all in another video. Peace out.